you could become so convincing that you could get Source to come and join you in your negative contemplation, then there would be no Source and there would be no eternity. Now, don't worry about it. It cannot happen. Non-physical energy is too smart for that. Sometimes humans say, well, that's not the story I heard about God. I heard that he holds very strict standards. We say, yeah, there's a lot of confusion about what those standards are, isn't there? You're killing each other all day, every day over your discontent or non-agreement about what you think God thinks you should do. But you say, no, the God that I've heard about holds very strict, very, very strict rules. And when I keep those rules, I am loved by God. But when I break those rules, then I receive the wrath of God. Then I am condemned by God. And we say, that is a God that man has fashioned when he was outside of the vortex. Because we promise you that that which is Source, that which is the source of you, and that which is the source of all that you know, is a pure, positive energy, expanding force, evolving because of the asking that is constantly taking place on the leading edge of creation. So when we say to you, are you enjoying the contrast of your time and place? If you are over here, if you have practiced yourself into vibrational alignment, if in the moment we ask the question, you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, in perfect vibrational alignment with who you are, when we say, are you enjoying the contrast of your time and place? You say, yes, indeed. Because the contrast of my time and place has caused me to expand way over here with all kinds of wonderful things. And now I've learned to tune myself predominantly into vibrational alignment with those things. I'm living a spectacular life in terms of manifestation. But even more important, I feel great because there's no separation between me and me. But if we ask the question, are you enjoying the contrast of your time and place? And you're standing way over here, launching rockets like crazy, but not lining up with them. I know what I don't want. 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 Abraham, you've got to be crazy. Are you kidding? Why would I enjoy this contrast? This contrast sucks. Why would I enjoy being over here in a body that doesn't feel good or in an experience that doesn't feel good? Why would you ask such a question? And we say, we ask the question because we know the benefit of your contrast and your asking. And we know also that the most exhilarating moments of your life experience are those moments between having launched a rocket and not being up to speed with it, but turning and going. That's where exhilaration is. That's where enthusiasm is. That's where passion is. So today, as we're talking with you about anything that's important to you, we see our greatest advantage to you to coax you into the vortex. One thing you'll notice about us and about your own inner being is that we won't come out of the vortex where you are, ever. In fact, that's why you have negative emotion. If we would come out and complain with you, your complaint would feel blissful because there would be no separation. But since your inner being does not come out and complain with you, Esther can drag Jerry over there. Jerry can drag Esther over there. In other words, you can drag each other over there. And if they don't come easily, you get really feisty with them. You say, you're not supporting me. I think you should support me. How come you're never there for me? How come you're never there for me? And the correct answer to that question is because I'm over here in the vortex for me. Because if I come over there out of my vortex for you, I'm worthless to you. We can just bang over here together in misery, which justifies that until death do us part stuff that we, no matter how miserable we are, we'll stay together. But the source within you will not come out of the vortex when you are focused upon something that activates within you something different than you are. You are a lover. And when you hate, you're separating yourself from who you are. Separation's too strong a word because you cannot ever sever yourself from that. And sometimes you think you would like to. We see clearly what you've put there, and we know the expansiveness of who you have become, and we know the capacity for clarity and love that is really you, and we don't blame you a little bit if you're not completely up to speed with the fullness of who you have become. You feel awful and you want it. We just want to say to you, there's no way of filling the void of not being in the vortex other than getting in the vortex. Can't buy one more thing and bring it home. Can't eat something, drink something, shoot something. You can't find somebody else to give their attention to you to love you enough. In other words, it's not possible for you to fill the void that is the fullness of who you are without getting in the vortex, which simply means you just got to stop doing that thing you do that doesn't let you in. So what are some of the things you do that prevent you from getting into the vortex? And you understand this vortex is just this high, non-resistant energy place where you rendezvous with the source. Esther's in the vortex, otherwise she could not receive Abraham with this clarity. In other words, she is up to speed with the vibration that is us, and that's why the conversation is seamless between the intent of that which we are offering and her ability to deliver it. That's in the vortex. When you're in the vortex, that's when your inspiration is at its greatest. That's where authors and artists and musicians, that's where those that you call masters often find what they call their inspiration. They're in the vortex where they have clear view of not only the idea, but the path to which it will unfold. When you're in the vortex, things unfold for you in a way that there's no question in your mind that that's the thing to do. You know how sometimes you say, I don't know whether to go this way or that way. You're not in the vortex, because if you were in the vortex, you'd say, I'm going this way and I don't care what anybody thinks about it. When you say, those people over there and their philosophy is really awful and their philosophy is going to bring us all down, you're not in the vortex. And it's not their philosophy that's bringing you down. It's you not being in the vortex that's not bringing you up. No one can bring you down, but your standards of how up you really are keep changing. And if you don't stay up to speed with who you are, you don't feel good. So, what's the difference between a higher, faster vibration and a lower, slower one? Higher, faster feels better. It's what joy and love are. Lower, slower feels worse. It's what depression is. It's what despair and fear are. Higher, faster has less resistance. Lower, slower has more resistance. So really, the operative word that we're talking about here today is, as I stand in my human form, what is it that I could do a better job of controlling that would make the most difference in my life? And we want to say to you, if you'll get a bead on your resistant tendencies and work them into less resistance, your vibration will raise. You'll hover on the brink of the vortex, or you'll pop in often. Once you get in there, you'll be able to maintain your vibrational stability longer so the vortex won't keep spitting you out. It's interesting. You do. You focus on something that makes you feel good and you get in there. Feels really good. Then you remember something. Start focusing on it. The vortex spits you right out. Because if you're not up to speed, you can't sustain that vibration, you see. Well, if those premises all make sense to you, then buckle your seatbelts and get ready for an in the vortex experience, because it's who you are and it's where you belong, and it's not a difficult thing to get in. And after you get in on a pretty consistent basis, you will never again feel uncomfortable about the vortex spitting you out, because you know how to get right back in. In other words, you'll just regroup and go back in and massage the thought into a way that feels better. And we'll offer you some processes that make that easy. So, what do you want to talk about? Some things. It'll be a wonderful unfolding. So just relax and accept that you'll hear what you've come to hear. Provided you're in the vortex. Get ready. Someone inside the vortex cannot communicate with someone not in the vortex. You've been trying that, haven't you? You ever notice that you're on such different wavelengths that there's no possible way? Have you ever been living something and known it fully and tried to explain it to somebody who doesn't get it? And have you noticed that it doesn't matter how many years you spend trying to get them to get it? They never get it. It's like speaking different languages, you say. There's the in the vortex language and there's the out of the vortex language. In the vortex language sounds like life's good in this way and this way and this way. Outside the vortex language sounds like life sucks in this way and this way and this way. The vortex is bringing in all cooperative components. But if you're over there beating the drum of a different vibration, then you're not a cooperative component, and you can't be someone who comes into vibrational alignment with your own creation. You're a holdout of your own creation. And what's so interesting about that is that if life hadn't caused you to create it, you wouldn't even notice through negative emotion that you're not there. In other words, if you hadn't expanded, not going wouldn't feel uncomfortable. So when you feel negative emotion, it always means two things. First, you've created one whopping swirling vortex, and you're not going. Oh, you're going. You're just going to wait till you croak, maybe, to go. We don't think you should have to croak to get in the vortex. We think that you should be able to release enough resistance by focusing upon enough good feeling things, by giving yourself and others the benefit of the doubt, by giving yourself a break, by looking for reasons to praise and reasons to appreciate rather than reasons to criticize and reasons to poke and probe. When you release or relax your resistance, the vortex will bring you in, and then your heart will soar, your mind will clear, your path of creation will unfold, and then you will be living the life you intended when you came forth into this physical body. That's what you came for. So, of course, when you're focused upon something unwanted, you get more of that unwanted stuff. It's just the way the law works. But this is the bigger picture that we want you to understand. Life has caused you to become this, and the larger part of you, your inner being, the source within you, stands in the middle of this vibrational reality, in this vortex of creation. And as law of attraction responds to this vortex that was spinning long before you came into this body and is spinning faster now that you're in this body, contributing to this vortex, this is a veritable vortex of creation. And hear this, all cooperative components are being assembled in this vortex. Do you get what that means? Everything that you've asked for and everything that's necessary to bring it about, just like the way this planet came into being, just the way this planet spins in its orbit. In other words, everything that you see that is now physical manifestation, this reality that you're all so excited about, this reality was non-physical reality first, a vibrational reality, a vortex of creation. This has been a particularly wonderful gathering. We've appreciated all of you, whether you sat in the chair or not. As someone put forth a question, it activated vibrations all over the room, and the question expanded, and we could feel the power of what you were asking. Together today we have taken thought beyond that which it has been before. But then that's happening all day, every day anyway, isn't it? In other words, you can't fail at your expansion. It is assured. What we are wanting with every word that we offer and every book that we write and every process that we spew is that you will find some way to release a little more resistance and allow yourself a little closer proximity to your vortex. Because it is with everything that we are that we wish for you the majority of the days of this life be lived from inside the vortex. We want you to know with clarity the power and value of that which is you. We want you to feel the pride within you for your contribution to this time-space reality and all that is, that defies anything that anyone has ever felt. We want you to feel appreciation for the others with whom you share your planet. We want you to know that without exception, every one of them is a part of that which you are. You've come here to share this contrasting experience for the purpose of expansion, but not just for the purpose of expansion, because that is an inevitable consequence of beingness, for the purpose of joyous expansion. Life is supposed to feel good to you, and when it doesn't, something is screwy. We've enjoyed this interaction immensely, and as always we remain joyously, blissfully, infinitely, eternally incomplete.